Decorate this cake with me while I tell you about this one time I was working on a cake that almost didn't happen. It was for one big event, one of those where everything has to be perfect. This cake was meant to be the center of attraction, and I had an incredible design planned out in my head. It was a three-tiered cake, each tier with its own unique pattern. The client wanted something elegant but fun, with delicate flowers and a touch of gold. I was super excited but also nervous because now the pressure was on. It all started well. I baked the layers the day before, let them cool overnight. Everything was on track. And I thought to myself, this is going very well. I mean, what could go wrong? So the next day comes and I get to the fun parts, which is decorating. I started with the base layer, chrome coated and all, typing some details, and everything is coming together nicely. The second tier goes on, and that is when I notice the slightest tilt, just enough to make me stop and stare for a second. But I thought, okay, maybe it's just in my head. My brethrens, it wasn't in my head though. But as a stubborn babe, we move. I kept going, adjusting the frosting, trying to level things out, and at this point, I was sweating profusely because time was not on my side, and I still got smooth cake go location, no. And here I am telling myself, it will be fine. You've done this before now. Just keep going. Nothing is up. So I kept going, and that was when my village people caught up with me. Just after I piped the very sweet floral details on the second tier, and feeling like the odogu that I am, I was about to move to the top tier, and that's when I heard this sound. It was a soft crackling noise, almost like something was shifting. I froze for a second, looked down, and I see my second tier sinking into the base layer. Ah, Mogbe. In that moment, I swear my life flashed before my eyes. I knew I needed to do something fast and come and see me running up and down, trying to reinforce the structure of the cake with dowels before it collapsed completely. Picture me, hands covered in frosting, trying to hold up a tiered cake that's literally collapsing. At this point, it wasn't even about making it look perfect again, it was about survival. I managed to prop it up in time, but now I have to fix the mess that I made with my hands. The very beautiful frosting was smudged, my beautiful flowers squished, and I was just thinking to myself, what do I do? Who did I offend? But here's the thing about being a cake decorator, it's part art and part problem solving. You have to be able to adjust and conform your art. Like you must be creative. I took a deep breath, wiped off the squished details, and went back to work immediately. I switched up the design a little bit and used some fresh flowers instead of piping new ones. It wasn't exactly the plan, but I had to improvise because time no day again now. I fixed up the cracks with some buttercream and I added a little more gold leaf here and there. By some miracle, it started coming together. And at this point, I was just thankful to God that the cake was even standing on its own. Now, here's the twist. After all the chaos and problems I dealt with that day, I transported the cake to the venue, fully prepared for anything, just in case village people decided to throw one or two things again at me. But nope, the cake makes it there in one piece. I set it up and it actually looks really nice. Maybe even nicer than the original design that I had in my head. When the client saw the cake, they were completely over the moon, like totally in love with the cake, with zero idea of what had gone on behind the scenes. The near collapse, the rescue mission, and all. To them, it was flawless. And that's the funny thing about cake decorating. No matter how many cakes you've made, always be prepared for the unexpected. But in the end, it's not just about making it look perfect. It's about rolling with the punches and creating something special and memorable, even when things go crazy. and also being able to keep your calm. Because if I'm being honest, I don't know how I managed to remain calm throughout that situation, because I would have cried out my eyes out on a normal day. So it's about being able to be calm in situations like that and be creative enough to make things work for you. So yeah, that's the story about the cake that almost wasn't, and the day I learned that sometimes a little chaos can lead to something even better than what you have in mind. And that's all for today, guys. The cake for today is a pink three-tiered Paw Patrol cake. Please let me know what you think about this cake in the comment section. And don't forget to like, share, and give us a follow so you can see more videos like this. Bye.